Oh boy, today's the day. We're gonna go ahead and work on that project I've been waiting to do. I want it to be fancy, so I guess I should go over here to my chest and get all my building materials. Okay, so let's see. In here, just a bunch of random stuff. Okay, don't need that. Wow, that's a lot of dirt. How about in here? Wow, more dirt. Okay. Random mob drops, more random mob drops, more random mob drops, coal and other mob drops. That's a lot of coal. No, that's a lot of coal. Let's see. Cobblestone, um, gravel. What's up here? Gravel, more gravel, more gravel. Okay, I don't think I need any more gravel. Alright, that does it. Whatever I find in the next chest, I'm going to use to make my build. I don't care what it is, it's going to be the last chest I open. Okay, so let's see what we got. Really? This is what I have to work with. Okay, let's get building. Now, a good build always comes down to the finishing details. So if I were to finish off our build, yeah, I guess it's time I get organized. Hello, my fellow noobsters. It's me, Texas PK, and today I'm finally building a proper storage area. If you've noticed over the last few episodes in the background, maybe you saw it, these chests just keep growing and growing. It's a bit of a monster and out of control at this point. It's really time to go ahead and put in a proper storage facility. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go ahead and put that all in, but not just any sort of average storage. We're going to have an area for bulk storage, an area for manually storing more rare items, even an area to expand down into a basement and add more storage if needed. But we're going to start big. How big, you might ask? Well, if you look, you can see the outline of the building here done in cobblestone. It's going to be a total of 40 blocks long and a full chunk wide. I'm going to put in 54 double chests to where 3 chests for each of the bulk items that I'm going to have automatically sorted here behind me. And then I'm also going to add a second story in order to have manual storage. And like I said, access to a basement that I'll add later if needed, but for now I'm just going to start with 18 slices of double chests, 3 high, using a simple item sorter. If you want to see how to build that item sorter in more detail, you can check out a tutorial I did not too long ago showing you how to build the item sorter. But before we get started on that, I wanted to show you kind of the color palette that I'm looking at and what we're trying to do in this build. I have a couple ideas on what I want to do in order to keep it kind of consistent with the rest of the city that we've been building, but also a little bit different to kind of give it its unique feel as well. So let me go ahead and show you what that's going to look like. Over here is going to be kind of like an elevator area to have it to where we can go down into our spider farm down below, or go down into the mines a little deeper, and then have automatic bubble column coming all the way back up to the top. So I'm going to have this area kind of be a entryway, kind of a foyer, so we can come and go, whether we're coming from the rest of the village down that way, or having just enchanted some stuff in our enchanting area or bought some books, or if we come from, this is going to be our castle eventually up here on the hill, coming down, going out on an adventure. This is going to be a good central location for our storage and to get down into the mines down below. And like I said, I kind of want it to look similar to some of the other things, but a little bit different as well. And so here's what I was thinking of doing. I was thinking of having dark oak columns every so often, and then put in brick blocks as a base, having in this area right here. And then, like I said, add in a column of dark oak pillars every so often, and then do something a little different with polished deep slate. Come in and add them as walls to kind of give a little depth and texture going in there, and then come on this side and come out the same amount, and they have a nice little window here between the sections of walls. And I think I kind of like the black stained glass. I think it gives it a nice little feel, kind of a smoky look going into the building. Matches up with the deep slate really well. I tried it out with the clear glass and I just felt it was a little too I don't know, it just didn't look quite so good. I think this looks a lot better. And then what we'll do is go across the top and using polished deep slate and dark oak and all that sort of thing, just to kind of keep framing it up and using some similar blocks on the inside. I think I'm going to use the dark oak logs as the floor. Maybe strip it. I'm not really sure. We'll see what looks good as we go along, but I think that's what we'll probably do, is put them along as the floor and strip them back. And then have like some sort of interior pattern. We'll see what looks good. This is going to end up being the stairway going up to the second floor. This is going to be our access area to the mechanical workings of our sorting system, and eventually, like I said, a basement area if we want to expand our storage. Well, I think that's enough showing you what I plan on doing. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and build it. And the best way to show you what it's going to look like is through a time lapse. So sit back and enjoy, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. All right, so we are done with the exterior and part of the interior as well. So let me go ahead and show you the insides, and we're going to finish off by putting in our sorting system. As you come inside, you can see that we have our elevator system. This is a bubble column coming up from the mines and from the spider spawner that I have a farm built around. This is my drop chute down to the spider spawner, and then this is down into the mines. And I kind of like how I have this kind of contrast of deep slate and stone bricks that going around, and with the black stained glass as well. It just really complements it with the dark oak beams. I went ahead and stripped the dark oak logs here, but it still has that kind of dark color, and then contrasts it with a polished andesite. It is a little industrial, but I think it still looks pretty good. I went ahead and came up here, and we're going to have this be sort of our, I don't know, random mob drop storage. Just random things go here until I think I have enough that I want to go ahead and put it into the sorting system and the main storage. Here's where I'll be able to come and drop off all the stuff into a chest to be filtered over here through our automatic storage system. Of course, I can't put those in until we put in the redstone components and all the hoppers and everything else. So let's go ahead and do that real quick so that we can start loading all our stuff. I'm gonna have to move these, but I started moving some, and boy, it's really annoying. I think it takes so long to do. So what I think I might do is wait until I get about a third of the system put in. That way I can start taking out some of the things in this and putting it through the sorting system. But let's go ahead and put it in our components. Oh, it's about to be night. Let me go ahead and sleep, and then we'll get started. Alright, so it's morning again, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the front of our storage area. I'm going to put my double chest sideways like this. That way it's flush with the wall right here, and just set up all my chests this way. I'll go ahead and put them all in since I know how many I'm going to use. I just won't add on the sorting parts until I have space for them to be put in. And it's going to go all the way to here. That's 18. I pre-counted it out. And now I'm just going to go ahead and finish off putting in the second and third double chests for each slice. Alright, so they're all in, but I miscounted by a couple, but that's okay because I'll be able to grab some of the chests as I empty these out and use them to fill in here. I'm going to go ahead and put in my hoppers that are going to be feeding into these, and then I'll come back in and start putting in the rest of the stuff. Alright, so the hoppers feeding into each chest are set. All I need now is to have the sorting hoppers. But before I do that, let me go ahead and put the front of this here so that I have something to point it into. I'm putting upside down stairs so that I will still be able to open our chest whenever we need to, but just have it blocked off, to where it looks nice. Okay, that part's done. Now we just need to come in and put in the redstone portion of our build. So what I like to do is I usually use stone bricks to go ahead and lay out my redstone, just so that when I run into it I know that it's there. You can use any solid block you want. I know that wool is often a popular building material for redstones that you can color code and make them all match up, but it's really just a matter of preference. So now I need to come in here and put in my comparators, my repeaters, and my redstone torches, and of course the redstone dust to go ahead and finish off this part. And what you do is you place the comparator, redstone dust. I'm going to come over here and go ahead and put in the repeater first, cover it with some solid blocks, and add the redstone dust here and here. And that finishes it when you just place your redstone torch right there. Okay, that's it. Now I just got to do it 17 more times. Like I said, when I get to here I'll just hold off on that until I have some of the stuff sorted out. I'll come back to you once I have all this done. Alright, it's all completed. I have all the filters in place. I used the technique where I went in and used some slabs and took them to an anvil and renamed them filter. That way I won't accidentally have any sort of crossover accidentally coming in from items being dropped in that it shouldn't be. I also have come on over here and I've set in double chests all the way down for every single item. Now, I have a suspicion that a lot of the items I have currently being sorted out I won't need to have in this filter, in this storage area, because I probably don't have enough to justify having 3 double chests for some of these items. But things like cobblestone, stone, and deep slate, I probably will want to have these easily and readily available, as well as maybe some of the other components, such as like some of the wood types and all those other things. But some of the items I have less of, like sand, I don't really have that much. I probably will end up taking them and moving them up into this area where I'm going to be putting rows of chests to manually put in all of these items that don't really justify having an entire dedicated slice for that item alone. If I end up having a lot more items than I have room for, what I'm going to do is take this overflow chest and instead have a column of hoppers going down into the basement where I can then add in as much additional storage as I want. I really think this turned out pretty nice. It looks great, and well, it's just turning out items like a champ, filling in all the different chests so that I'll be able to have everything I need in one easy to find location. It just looks really good too. But that's it for today. I had a lot of fun making this. It was long overdue. My stuff's going to be a lot easier to find now, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. I know I did. If you did, make sure you do all those things you're supposed to do. And I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, this is Texas PK. Be good to each other. Bye.